We're back for episode 2.
Barely lift my freaking wrist.
This is why you should be on this side.
I had to switch sides because that is my bad side and this is my good side. So I made Maddie switch sides with me, or I said we weren't recording live anymore.
Yeah, she said that her nostril was flaring too much last episode, so we might have to go back and do a little cameo.
Oh, yes. Okay, so welcome back to our second episode of Happy Hour Unfiltered. Our first episode, we were so stoked how well it did. We could not believe it got so many views, like on YouTube and on Spotify. Still trying to figure out Apple and all the other things, but
thank you guys so much. Like,
yeah,
over 600 something views.
Yeah.
I don't know.
in our first video, we're like, hopefully we're not a one-hit wonder.
Hopefully you guys are ready to stick around for episode 2, because
Yeah.
I think it's only gonna get spicier.
Yeah.
Even though this time we're drinking Ollipops because it's Sunday.
Mine's a poppy.
And
Blueberry, berry, poppy.
mine is the Dr. Goodwin Ollipop because I'm obsessed with Dr. Pepper.
And I hate Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
I hate all dark soda.
Oh.
Like Coke, Diet. Like I can't not
Really?
drink anything like that. Like Sprite and lemonade are like the only two
I
sodas.
like have never been a Diet Coke person because I feel like it's a thing that like on TikTok, like, oh my god, a Diet Coke.
When people are getting 32-ounce Diet Cokes and then also adding sugar to it, I just... Do
But
you guys
like-
know how much sugar is that? Like in that?
a lot. But like
looked it
recently,
up.
like when I'm having a bad day at work, I'll just go and drink like just even a half, like 8 ounces of Diet Coke, and I'm like, I'm feeling revived.
Does it have caffeine in it?
I think so.
Even diet?
I think so. It just doesn't have sugar.
Hmm.
Well, it's artificial sugar.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on today's episode, we did like a Q&A on our Instagram, so we're going to answer those and
We're gonna
We're
do a
also
little
just gonna-
weekend recap.
yeah, debrief on the weekend. I just got home from a trip. We went out of town for a friend's 30th birthday. Maddie went out yesterday.
I went out on the town. Yeah, I think I was in bed by 9 p.m. both nights, Friday and Saturday, because that's what you do when you're getting really close to your 30s.
Yeah, we went out. Most of us were, we're all like 26 to 30. It was our friend's 30th birthday. And I was in bed every night before midnight. Like, no shame. I was so tired.
Where'd you guys go?
Went to Flagstaff. We rented a house. There were 16 of us. I was a little nervous because I'm not like a huge people person. So I was a little nervous of like having that many people in the same space. But honestly, we're all such good friends that it didn't feel like anyone was walking on anybody. We shared a room with bunk beds with 2 of our good friends. Like, it was so fun. Literally, the first night I was like, this reminds me of Step Brothers, like where they build the bunk bed and it crashes down. Because
I can imagine.
our friend Shane, he's super tall and like a bigger guy, and he's like, I definitely am not sleeping on the top bunk. I'm like, no, you literally would crash down on us if you slept on the top bunk.
So Cole slept on the top bunk because
Yeah.
he's our short king.
Cole's gonna get so pissed at us. He was so mad about the clip like that I made of his outfit. He's like, you threw me under the bus.
Well, get used to it, honey. It happens when you have 2 wives.
Yeah. But no, literally Shane was like, you and Hannah sleep on the bottom bunk or on the top bunk, and like me and Cole are sleeping on the bottom. Like, there's no way this bed is holding the 2 of us. And I was like, okay, but we ended up having a really good weekend. There was a pickleball court, horseshoes, fire pit, played cornhole, just listened to music, cooked, and it was just like a really good weekend. It was really fun.
I really want Morgan to become a pickleballer with me because I think I don't know, did I say this last episode? But I bought 4 rackets after I played one time, and I'm just really hoping
We should
one of
go
these
tonight.
days, yeah, maybe the kids can run around and shag for
Yeah.
us and we'll play pickleball.
Yeah, no, that would be so much
It
fun.
doesn't look too windy out. We might be able to make this work.
That was the one problem yesterday. I did want to play, and it was way too windy. I was like, they're like little wiffle balls, basically, right?
Yeah. You can't really play in the wind at all.
So maybe
It
we'll
was
do that.
so windy yesterday. So what did I do Friday? Friday, I ate frozen pizza and read my book. I'm currently reading this really kind of like dark book called Lights Out. It's not really my typical style. I feel like I like things that I can like easily fall asleep to.
We just got Maddie into reading like a couple months ago.
Yes. Once I graduated from school, I feel like I realized I can like read for pleasure.
Yeah.
And so
What
it's
kind of
one
pleasure?
thing- it was a dark night on Friday. But one thing I have learned in therapy is that like something like coming out of my relationship that I will talk about probably here soon, because there was a lot of questions about it, but
we're gonna spill a little bit of tea.
yeah, we'll spill a little tea today. I'm feeling it. But one thing I like realized that I was like, I have never been alone in my life, and like I don't know how to do it well. And so I started reading. Morgan had a bunch of books, and I realized like when I would read a book, I would actually like not be scrolling on social media, and you would like lose your mind in something else than either your trauma or what you're going through, or just being on social media and comparing your life to somebody else. And so I was really into reading, and then I got into a situationship, and I like stopped reading. The dog got an itch. I stopped reading, and then once I got back to therapy, I was like, I haven't read a book in a while. And she's like, well, maybe that's like your line in the sand of like, okay, am I spending enough time with myself and like still prioritizing myself and whatever relationship or whatever I'm in. And so now I got back into reading. I read like The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo in 1 week. It's a really good book. But now I'm reading Lights Out, and it's very dark, and yeah, the first episode I was like, I can never go live on my own, so here I am, gonna be here forever. So that's what I did on Friday. And then Saturday I went day drinking in Cave Creek with some friends from college and just like some other really random friends. It was kind of fun. It was really fun. It wasn't kind of fun, but
we love Cave Creek.
we love
that's
Cave
like
Creek.
our favorite spot to go out,
Yeah.
for sure.
Like, I'm not going out in Old Town. Like, twist my arm. I don't even know who would have to be there. Like,
Me.
Sean White would have to be.
I would have to be like, Maddie, we're going to Old Town. She'd be like, okay.
No, actually, it would have to be Sean White, because if there's one thing you need
forgot
to
you
know
were
about
obsessed
me,
with
I'm obsessed with Sean White. Like, he is my kryptonite.
I totally forgot about that. It's been a while
Not
since we talked
13-year-old Sean White, but
Yeah, that's so funny.
he would have to be there for me to go. But Cave Creek has a bunch of fun bars, and so we started at Harold's, played darts, and then went over to Buffalo Chip. I've never seen it so dead. There was like 40 people there. It was so windy. And then we finished at the Hideaway, the biker bar, and wow, the people watching is amazing. I was just telling Morgan this story. I should have saved it for the pod, but I was like sitting there drinking with one of my friends, and this like older man comes up. He's like, wow, you're just so beautiful. I said, wow, thank you, sir. And he was like, yeah, we just got done playing golf. We've been drinking. We're from San Diego. I'm like, oh my God, do you have a son?
No
This
shame.
man was like in his 60s. Like, sorry, you can't hit on me, sir. And he like wanted to take a selfie, and then we like had to airdrop him the selfie that we
no,
took.
you took it?
No, it was on Miranda's phone.
Oh,
I
you're
can
gonna have
ask
to
for
get
it. I'll send it to you.
We'll show you guys.
He's like this.
oh my God, stop.
Thumbs up, and I'm like looking at him like so concerned.
No.
Um
I feel like
Then-
every time like we go out, like anytime
The
like
dads
any
love
girls
me.
go out, like I feel like they always get hit on by older guys. Like
yeah.
they always want to buy you drinks and like
It's
literally take
always
pictures
these guys
with
that are
you.
on like these weekend golf trips
Yeah.
with the dudes are so obsessed. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, I can take photos and buy girls drinks."
Yeah, young hot blondes in
Yeah.
Scottsdale.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I
them
know,
here.
look
It's
how much my hair grew from last episode. Shameless plug. I love my halo, and I will always love my halo, and I wish I could be a bougie girl and get hair extensions, but like it's just too much work.
Yeah. I was thinking about that yesterday, actually. I was like, I'll never have to get hair extension. I mean, never say never, but this is my real hair. And I feel like a lot of people ask if it's my real hair, and it is.
It's the thickest hair I think
Um,
I've ever felt in my entire life.
But if you guys saw my mom, like she has the same hair, and so does my sister. And Kaysen and Collins both got blessed with my hair too. Like they both have great thick hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scottsdale.
And she
or
uses
Cave Creek-
Pantene.
Yeah.
That
One
is probably
day-
one of your most asked questions.
One day I'm going to get a sponsorship with Pantene. That would be
Pantene.
Pantene. That would be literally my dream collab. I actually had a deal in the works with them, and then they dropped it.
Oh.
It was so sad. I was so bummed. It was
I
a really
remember that.
good 4-figure brand deal. It would have been my biggest one ever. And they ended up wanting to pay me
Pantene,
less. I
help the
know.
girl out.
I know.
She's selling.
I sell so much
shampoo-
Pantene, you
yeah.
guys. I turn everybody onto it.
But yeah, so Cave Creek's really fun. There's a bunch of different biker bars, and
That's
lot-
also where
the
I work.
thrifting is really good
Yeah,
there too.
I love the thrifting up there. I
Yeah.
work at a little salon up there called Copper Rose. I only work there on Tuesdays, but they do have really good thrifting. Kiwanis, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I think Kiwanis.
I think it's Kiwanis.
Yeah. But they go to like all of these people's houses and like basically like estate sale the entire house. So like you'll see like collections of so much stuff in there, and it's all coming from people's homes. Like
Especially North Scottsdale, they got the real mahogany.
yeah, no, some of the stuff even on my shelves, like mostly a lot of my stuff on my shelves are like thrifted, like a lot of the pictures and stuff especially. But I always stop in after work and just check out and see like if they have anything new.
Yeah. So then yesterday I got home at 6:45 because I'm really thought, like, I'm really into day drinking because by 9 p.m. I was in bed in my pajamas. I didn't really read my real dark book last night because I was, again, home alone and I was scared. So
we need to get Maddie a pew pew.
Yeah, let's not get canceled yet.
We need to get Maddie one. Safety first, yeah.
So
we stay loaded and strapped around here, just so you guys know.
Yeah. So I went to bed at 9. I got 10 hours of sleep last night. It was magical. And then I woke up and went to Pilates this morning. Went to Target, did a little damage, and then got World of Sourdough because I'm obsessed with World of Sourdough.
It's the best.
It's
Best
so
sandwiches
good.
ever.
It is so good.
I love like their hot pastrami. I add turkey, and oh my god, it's so good.
I wish I could branch out, but I'm scared that if I get something I don't like, it's gonna ruin the experience.
Everything we've had there, even like the chula chicken, the crispy
I've only
chicken.
got the same thing.
Yeah. Oh,
And
everything
number
is good.
3, no onions, house spread, yellow mustard, pepper jack cheese toasted.
And their cookies are insane.
Yeah. Even just their like sourdough baguette.
Yeah. It's good.
I almost bought a baguette, but I didn't.
We did not need that in the house.
No, exactly.
Okay, so let's see. Cole came home Thursday. He got home pretty late. We went out to sushi after we filmed our podcast. We went and got sushi. Friday morning, we woke up, kind of just picked up around the house, threw in some laundry, finished doing my laundry because I had to pack. And then we left for Flagstaff. We went and got lunch at Foley Ranch, I think it was called. It's like a line dancing park. I've never been. There was nobody in there. We were the only 2 people in there.
We went there for like a rancher event in June. It was really fun.
Yeah, I've never been there. So it was in like Desert Ridge.
Yeah.
So we went there, had lunch, picked up one of our friends, CJ, and then drove up to Flagstaff. And we got up there, and everyone was outside. It was just so nice, like to hang out and relax. And like there was no pressure to go anywhere or do anything. We all just like stayed at the house all weekend. Friday night we stayed up playing King's Cup, and it was like it wasn't like real card King's Cup. It was like you know, like the do or drink games or like the act out or blackout or whatever. It was like one of those games of King's Cup. So it was like a different version. So it was fun to play that. We played that all night.
Did you drink?
I mean, I didn't get drunk, no.
Wow.
I had bought Corona Premiers, and I think I had like 3 of them. I made micheladas, and that's what I had. I just am so scared to be hungover. Like, I just, yeah.
You didn't even have kids.
I know.
You were kidless.
I know. Cole was disappointed for sure. He for sure thought I was gonna get like drunk, but
I actually I got pretty buzzed off my first drink yesterday.
Like I had 2 drinks during the day, and like I got pretty buzzed off of that, but then I stopped drinking. Like same thing. I'm a day drinker. I'd way rather day drink.
Yeah, and then I had a headache at 9 p.m. I had to take Tylenol before I went to bed. But hey, if I slept 10 hours, I'm happy.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, went to bed early Friday night. Saturday woke up. We had breakfast. The boys all cooked breakfast. I don't think any of the girls cooked all weekend. Like the boys all cooked.
That's the way it should be.
Agreed.
I'm not a chef.
You guys.
Maddie no words
is the worst cook. We have to teach this one.
I'm not the worst. I just 1, don't try. And 2, I love Trader Joe's. So
when she moved into my house, she put salmon in the air fryer and didn't even fucking put salt on it or pepper. Nothing. A raw salmon fillet. And I was like, "Are you
fuel?
No,
it doesn't have to taste good,
no,
guys.
No. I could not believe my eyes. Chevy. Oh my god. Okay.
I've never snorted so much.
No, back to Maddie's cooking.
Oh.
We are going to train this woman how to cook. I am not a good cook by any means, but yeah.
No, you are.
A bad cook?
No, you're great.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah,
you're making steak. I could never in a million years put a steak on a cast iron.
Yes, you could.
When would I know it's done?
You just I don't know.
Well, half the time your cooking is raw, so maybe we don't know when it's done. But that is a fear of mine, especially if you're buying nice steaks. I just rather not run the risk.
Yeah, and we do. We love ribeyes, especially from Rusty
These people
Nail.
eat steak 4 times a week.
Well, I do animal based 75% of the time, so I try to do a lot of red meat and stuff. But our friends own a butcher shop here in Scottsdale. Shout out to Rusty Nail. If you were ever in the area, you have to go there. They literally have the best stuff, best seasonings, pickles.
Yeah, a bunch of fun local stuff too.
Sourdough bread, eggs, milk. They have everything. There's 2 locations, so check them out if you're ever in Scottsdale area. Saturday, we went on a walk and we saw a bunch of deer, 5 what do you call the
A buck?
No, yeah, but the
The
horns.
mule deer?
No,
Oh.
a buck, but what the pointer things are called.
Antlers?
Yeah, but like a 5-pointer. Like
Yeah. A
the
5-rack.
yeah, they're huge. Literally huge. There's 5
Yeah.
of them. So me and Patty went to go get my camera and we went and took pictures of them. We like hiked down to these people's backyard. I was like, what if they like see us and they
Think we're hunting?
literally like, what the heck? So anyways, went on a really nice walk in the morning, came back, we went outside and we just played for the rest of the day, played pickleball, or not pickleball, but cornhole, and hung out. And then we did a horseshoe tournament, made dinner.
Did you win?
Hung out again, and then we played the game where you like put the like female, like
Oh my god.
like the boys have to guess what the products are. So we did like mascara, we did like a rose vibrator, we did an ultrasound wand, we did a Perry bottle, we did nipple covers. Okay. So we played that game. So we put all of these crazy things on the screen and the boys had to guess what they are. And honestly, I was surprised at how well they did. And then they were like, well, is it our turn? Do we get to pick? So we figured they were going to go put like car parts and like tools and all that kind of stuff. No. Do you know what they put? They put hair like on the shower walls, like pictures of hair on the shower walls. They did a curb. They're like a curb, like where we hit our tires.
Yeah.
Like, they put a taint pocket pussy doll.
Shut the hell up.
No, it was so funny. We were dying. We were like, how did you guys even come up with this stuff? Like, so then on our third round, we tried to think a little bit harder. We did like full trash can. We did full dishes of like in the sink and like did all like the funny things. So we had a really fun time playing that game. It was hilarious. And then I ended up falling asleep on the couch by like 11 o'clock, went to bed. And then this morning we just woke up and made breakfast.
That's the difference between me and Morgan. Even though I did go to bed at 9 p.m., I will be, if there is people playing and hanging out, I would have been probably the only girl again with the boys.
No, I was so tired. It was just like nice to have a weekend away from the kids and be able to just like relax and like we
and
sat
now she's
down.
itching for them to be home.
I know. I'm like, what time are they going to be here? They're almost here. Maybe they'll make a feature on the pod.
Oh,
it's
God.
2:30. But yeah, the weekend was really good. Which it was Tatum's birthday. We're gonna hopefully have Tatum on the podcast. You guys are gonna love her. She's amazing. We're also wearing
She can't do anything wrong.
her jacket. Wish You Were Here jacket. The back is super cute. We'll show you at some point of the podcast. But now,
Should we get to the questions?
yeah, we should. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Maddie, are you ready to spill the tea?
I knew this was going to happen. Wonder how many of the same exact question we got this week. At least like 25.
So, Maddie's been living with us for about 6 months now.
Yeah.
She called me up on a random day and was like, hey, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, talk to me. And she told me what was going on. And I said, okay, you need somewhere to live. You can come hang out with us. We had just moved into our house. We built a casita kind of for these reasons, like to always be able to, you know, have friends and family come over and stay and stuff. And having you here has been awesome. It's so much fun. We love it. Like Cole's like, she's the best roommate ever.
I know.
She is.
All right. So here's the tea. Well, you know, like I feel like people think there's going to be like this crazy story and this crazy blow up, and I feel like this was the hardest part, is that there was never like one breaking point. I just feel like I contemplated for a while trying to figure out why I wasn't happy, what's going on. Like I couldn't like pinpoint it, but I just like knew that it just wasn't right. And so in June of this last summer, I left my ex-husband, and I didn't really know what was going to happen. I was in the middle of studying for boards. It was literally the most stressful time in my life. And we went through therapy basically the month of July. I had a bunch of trips and stuff for a rancher that I was working, and it was scary. It was hectic. It was just everything at once. And obviously that's when I called Morgan. I was living at a different friend's house, and we officially were divorced in October. I mean, I'm like skipping a bunch of parts, but like
you said,
there was nothing
bad ever happened.
Yeah, and I can't say one thing bad about my ex.
No.
We were like roommates by the end, and like bestest of friends. We got along so well. we'd been together for 7 years, and a lot changes in 7 years. And though it's hard because it's like, oh, you have the house, you have the husband, you have the dogs, you have this career, like all this looked so great. Like at the end of the day, I wasn't happy, and I can't put someone else through my own misery, and it wasn't fair to him for me to be half there and half checked out. And so,
which I think like the self-awareness in that was like really huge, because like you said, for a while you did contemplate it for so long, like, do I stay or do I leave or what do I do? But in the end you were like, I need to do what's best for me, but also him.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think that's something that like not a lot of people understood, and it definitely he didn't understand at first. That was like, I'm also doing this for you.
Yeah.
It's not fair to you to be stuck in this limbo of like me being half here, half not, and like not knowing what I want. And though, yes, we were only married for 8 months, and to a lot of people that's like so embarrassing. And I think like, I still think I'm processing a lot. I don't think I know all the answers. I don't think I'm perfect. I don't think I'm like got it all together. Obviously I'm living at my friend's house, and
hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, but like, you know, when you think about when you were going to be 28 years old, what you'd be doing, it wasn't this.
Right.
And I think with divorce comes a lot of feelings of failure. And I feel like obviously that's why I'm in therapy. There's a lot of things I'm working on in therapy, but yes, the answer is yes, I did get divorced. And
some of y'all are ballsy with your DMs.
Whew, there has been some rough DMs the last 6 months.
I am just like,
I read them to Morgan, and she was like, shut up.
Like, you guys, I could never fathom messaging someone being like, hey, did you get a divorce?
Yeah.
Hey, what happened to your husband? It's like, read the fucking room.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
I think the worst one was this girl was like, hey, I haven't talked to you in like 5 years, but like I used to see you post all the time with you and your husband and your dogs, and I haven't anymore. Sorry to intrude, but are you still with him? I'm like, why are you trying to slide in?
My favorite one was the one where the girl sent you your story and said, what did she say?
She literally sent me back my Instagram story thinking she sent it to her friend, and it was like, this is definitely not her room.
That's what it was, yeah. And I said, you should respond and say you're right, it's not.
I definitely did. I think I did. I think
you did, and she didn't respond.
No, she read it and didn't respond.
But
like, I don't know, if you're about to like talk about somebody and call somebody out, get ready for the response.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
That's where my feisty came out, and Maddie was like, no.
Morgan's like, let me be the keyboard warrior.
Like, no, just I'm gonna ignore it. I'm like,
yeah. You know, obviously it's like you're going through enough already that like the last thing I want is another conversation, fight, whatever. Obviously I kept it under wraps for a while. Like, I didn't really post about it, didn't share a lot. I still haven't. This is the first time I've ever said anything about it. So yeah, the worst part about it all is that I don't have my dogs anymore, if you haven't noticed, and that really hits hard. Because you know my dogs are my bestest of friends, so don't really want to think about it before I start crying. Let's change the subject.
But yeah, now that you guys have the literal question that we got 800 times.
Yeah. So yes, I'm single.
She's single and maybe not really ready to mingle, but pretty much.
I don't know. It depends on the day, depends on the hour.
Yeah.
Someone asked me if I needed a wingman.
I was your wingman one night.
Morgan is I don't even know what to say. Like, the best wingman, I'll be like, oh, that guy's cute. And she literally is running up to him and is like, do you see my friend over there, that blonde girl? She really thinks you're cute. Do you want her number?
Fair, I was like pretty drunk.
I don't care. This girl has the balls of like more balls than anyone I've ever met. But I guess it's like, because it's not about you. Like, I'm not going to run up to someone and be like, hi, you're cute. Like, that's just not me. And I know people have that like controversy.
But I was like, what if we leave here tonight and then you go home and all you do is think about this guy? Like, at least we took a chance.
Yeah.
So
don't talk.
He was cute, but that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
I was gonna say one of the questions was about Cole and I and the roommate phase, or what did it say?
Have you and Cole ever had a rough patch, and how did you get through it? Mixed with how has your marriage changed since having kids? I feel like those are kind of
like I feel like we'll just like talk about marriage. Obviously Cole and I have been together since
I will not talk about marriage.
We were Cole and I have been together since we were 15 years old, so we have grown up a lot throughout the years, and I feel like our marriage has changed a lot since we had kids. Kids put a huge strain on your marriage, and I am like a stay-at-home mom, and I do take on like a lot of the responsibility of the kids because he's working, and I feel like sometimes I kind of get like resentful of that. So that's like something that like I try to like work through and communicate, but our communication skills like could really use some help. So same thing, I think just therapy would be really helpful. We did a few sessions, but it just ended up being so expensive that
therapy
we
is so
stopped.
expensive. Luckily my job paid for like the first 6
Yeah.
sessions, which is super nice.
I tried submitting ours to insurance, but like they denied it instantly. But I would love to go back to couples therapy. I don't think there's anything wrong with going to couples therapy or marriage counseling or any of the things. I
feel like in 2025 the stigma is just like not what it used to be. Like I really think it's like encouraged.
I think so too. I think
especially with just like social media is so horrible on relationships, and I feel like you just are constantly seeing the good and the comparison, and I feel like being able to have a safe place to talk about those things is so important.
Yeah, and like nobody like is like openly talking about like their marriage and their struggles, and like I think that it's hard to see that other people are also going through struggles based off of social media. You know, like people are always saying like the ones that are posting the most are like the unhappiest and like all of those things, and like that is not true by like in my relationship, at least by any means. Cole and I are like very happy. Yeah, we do have our days where some days are just like, I'm gonna strangle you, like, or he's like, dude, you're crazy, or whatever it may be. But
Fighters.
yeah, but
both love to fight.
I feel like just we've been in the roommate phase, and I feel like that's like after we had Kaysen, we were definitely in the roommate phase. Like we were just getting through life. Like the first 6 months we didn't have a home. Like we were still building this house. Like we were under a lot of stress, like with the business and everything. Just it's so hard to navigate new things, and obviously having a baby was new to us, and there was it was hard. It was definitely hard, but therapy was one of the best things I think we did. Do you have a secret talent?
I mean, I would say it's my dancing, but a lot of people would say that's not a good talent. So
can you do it right now?
Absolutely not. That's how I tore my meniscus.
That's how you know you're getting old.
Yeah. No, I was actually like 21 when I tore my meniscus doing the like dance move. Any other secret talents?
I can rap.
Yeah, Morgan can rap. We know.
What do you think will be playing on the oldies radio in 30 years?
Hannah Montana.
Not like Sexy Red?
No.
In 30 years?
I could give 2 shits if Sexy Red ever comes on the radio.
We're going to Tyga.
Well, I can't. I literally cannot. The people that go to those shows, besides you and your friends, I literally just could never be caught dead at a Sexy Red concert.
Oh my God, it's so fun.
What do you think will be? I guess you think Sexy Red.
Sexy Red. Nicki
No,
Minaj.
I think like Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, definitely John Summit, Morgan Wallen. Morgan Wallen will like literally be the like Garth Brooks in 30 years.
Probably.
Yeah.
Riley
Can you imagine what
Green.
he's gonna look like in 30 years?
No, I have no idea.
Morgan Wallen at 60.
I don't know.
Do you think he used to have like a mullet? That's so
for
weird.
sure.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever Googled?
If you can get nipple filler.
What made you think about Googling that?
I don't know. I was laying in bed and I was like thinking about like when I had my boobs done and my boob job and like getting my nipples pierced, and like if people with inverted nipples can get their nipples pierced. And then I was like, I wonder if
have you ever met someone with inverted nipples?
I don't know. I don't
I
like
just can't even picture what that looked like. Maybe I have to look it up on Google.
Yeah, but I was like, I wonder if they could like get filler like after a boob job. I was just like thinking like, what does a perfect boob look like? Like I don't know why I was thinking
itty bitty perfect boobies over here, so you can take a look later.
What was your first email address?
It's the same one I still have to this
then
day.
don't say it.
mmehciz@yahoo.com.
Oh, you
But
didn't
now
have like
it's
a
all
fun like
no, now
Club
it's all
Penguin
spam.
name or like anything
No.
like that?
Healthy Happy Maddie.
Mine was Princess Queens.
I know, you still have it on something. It popped up when you like were sharing a Pinterest board with me.
That's funny.
If you got famous overnight, what would you be getting canceled for?
Probably being Republican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharing your views.
Sharing just which like is so crazy 'cause like Kylie Perkins is totally like they were like they were trying to cancel her for being Republican, and then it like came out to where like all of these people started supporting her, and she ended up with like over 2 million followers.
I just think it's so crazy. Like, why does it matter?
I don't know.
Like
I
just
would
don't
never
understand.
unfriend someone because of their political views. Like
Yeah.
I would never.
Yeah.
Like
But
I
I
have
also
friends.
think I like wouldn't choose to be like, if someone is something that I can't stand, then just go your separate way. Like
Yeah.
you don't need to like
But, like,
make anything
personally,
out of it.
I would never be like, if you were like, I'm a liberal, I'd be like, okay, like
Yeah.
cool. We don't have the same views, but like that doesn't change how I feel about you.
Yeah.
Like that would never.
And I feel like I just grew up with such like a neutral that I just never talked about it, but like I don't care.
Yeah. My grandpa was Democrat and my dad is Republican, and
Yeah.
I mean Cole's family is very Republican. Cole and I are very Republican, and I've never experienced like my friends being like, actually, you know what? I did have a couple people unfollow me during the election. And I was
Yeah.
a little bit surprised. Some of them, one of my good friends from middle school, one of my best friends, she DM'd me and said something like, "You're disgusting," and I was like, "Okay, bye."
I like don't get it.
I like another
You
girl.
know what
like, I went to
also
SSU
blows my
school
mind is like when people get mad at country music artists for being
for
Republican.
their views. Like,
And I'm like, they talk about living in the country, boots, beer, the American flag. You think like I don't understand.
what
where
did you expect?
Yeah.
Like,
They're like, oh, I can't support you anymore. I'm like,
yeah.
okay.
The election was a weird time, like
Yeah.
to be on social media for sure this year. What's the weirdest gift you've ever received?
Weirdest gift. I mean, my high school boyfriend got me like one of the most ugly necklaces I've ever had in my entire.
Do you still have it?
I did. I think I recently, when I moved out, got rid of it. But I like added one of my Tiffany's 'cause my dad always got us Tiffany, so I added it to that to hopefully make it better. But I think it was an infinity sign.
Cole used to buy me Tiffany all the time.
No, this was not Tiffany's. This was from Kohl's.
Yeah.
But like, this was from Kohl's 'cause I remember. And a zebra blanket. That was one gift. And you know, it's like, what do you say? Like, I'm sure your mom picked it out, and you're just like, oh my God, I love it. I did wear it. I did wear it proudly around my neck until
That's a good girlfriend.
a
right there.
secret somebody decided to swoop in and take my first kiss away from me. What's the most unhinged thing you've ever seen me do? Or that you've ever done?
Just like getting like really random tattoos.
Yeah.
A lot of garage tattoos.
Yeah, Morgan's a big
got, like,
garage tat hoe.
A lip tat. I've got a tattoo that says fuck on my hip. A cactus that my friend did that doesn't do tattoos. We literally ordered a gun off of Amazon, and like we used to bring
I
this
cannot
box with like the
imagine.
tattoo gun and all the colors like every party we had. And one night I was so drunk. It was right after I had Kaysen. Kaysen was a baby.
First
And
drink
I was
back.
drunk, and I was like, I want fuck tattooed on my hip. And like, if you guys like follow me, like, you know, I like do fuck it hats, fuck off hats. Like, fuck has been like my thing. I started like Case and Colco, and like the first jacket I made like said fuck on it, and it was just like cricket ironed on fuck. The kid shirt said frick it. Like, it was just that's just me. And so I was like, I want fuck tattooed on me. So I did fuck, and then like an hour later, I'm all wasted. I'm like, I want a cactus. And like the cactus was so bad. It was just like the outline of a swallow, and it was so bad. Like half of it was missing. It scabbed so fucking bad that
It
like
went too deep.
yes.
Oh.
And it was green, so like half of it was green, half of it was skin color. Like it was so bad. So
Did you get it redone?
yeah. I went
Oh.
to my like normal tattoo guy, and I was like, "Can you please fix this?" And he's like, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "Dude,
We don't know.
we don't know." And then
I would say that's probably my most unhinged thing too, 'cause
Yeah.
I hid my tattoo for 2 years from
Literally.
my family. Like I would wear the most ugly clothes to hide it on family vacations.
yeah.
And I remember like we went to San Diego. Like I think I got it February of my 20th birthday, and then we were in San Diego for the 4th of July, so like 6 months later. And I remember buying like the biggest bandeau bathing suit so that it was like this big, so it'd hide my rib cage, because both of my tattoos are on my ribs. And I was like, I might not be able to finish college if my parents find out that I got a tattoo.
My dad always has been like, if you're going to get a tattoo, you better get an S on your forehead for stupid. Like, tattoos are so dumb. Like, he hates tattoos. And so when I was like 18, I went with my friend. She was getting her back touched up. And I was like, I'm going to get a tattoo while we're here. And I got a paw print for Chevy. And I got a C for Cole on my wrist at like 18 years old. And I called him and I was like, Dad,
You told him right away?
Oh, I called him before I did it just to see
Oh.
like how upset he would be. I was like, Dad, I'm at the tattoo shop. Like,
Oh
would
my
you be
God.
mad if I got a tattoo? And he's all, do whatever the fuck you want, Morgan. And I'm like, okay, I'll see you in a little bit.
Yikes.
He was mad, but I mean, he got over it. And then I got my last name, my maiden name on my arm, and my brother and sister both have our maiden name all tattooed on us. So I think his hate for tattoos is still there. I don't think like the disappointment is there anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how your mom feels. Like,
I don't know. They just don't talk about it. And
does
now
your
they
sister
have
any?
no. But now they have like this one family friend, and the guy, like the couple, the husband is like fully tatted, like from his neck down. And I remember the first time they went to like a family dinner with them, and my dad was like, I just don't understand, like da da da. I'm like, but you like the person. Like,
Yeah.
who cares what he puts on his body?
Yeah.
And so I think it's kind of grown on them. Like, they're just so traditional, and like now they're like whatever. But like the man that I probably am with next will have tattoos, because a sleeve on a man is like,
I wish
mwah.
Cole would get a sleeve, but I'm like,
Yeah.
what would you get? A
Oh
Peterbilt?
my God, you know what we should do? Peterbilt?
Like a sandcar, Peterbilt logo, like North Coast wine. What's the strangest thing in your fridge?
I have like this one cherry Dr. Pepper that I've had since June,
Uh-huh.
and just one. It's just one sitting in there, and I don't know if I should just throw it out.
Cherry Dr. Pepper.
Cherry Dr. Pepper. It was like from the 4th of July when I was living at Megan's house.
It's still in the fridge
Yes.
here? I feel like mine would have to be like my very, very extremely old sourdough discard.
That has been in there since August when I
Okay,
moved
that's
in.
what I'm saying.
I'm like, are you going to use it? Is it
No,
good?
it's discard, and you're only supposed to keep discard for a few weeks. But like, it's just the one in the
Is
mason
the
jar. Like,
smell going to be insane?
oh yeah, it's gonna smell like fermented. Like,
Oh, God.
that's probably.
I'm
the
sure you're going to
strangest
wash
thing
it
I
in
have.
my sink.
What is like the spiciest book you've ever read?
The one I'm reading right now.
What's it called?
Lights Out. It's like, oh God, I forget what the slogan is on the front. It's like, couples that slay together, stay together.
no.
Is what it says.
One time I read this book and
Slay together, stay together.
I can't remember like the titles
play
of
knife
books that I've
play.
read. Yeah,
There's knife play.
that's like the Haunting Adeline book that I read. Like he like banged her with a gun. Like I was like,
No.
who is coming up with this
no.
stuff?
This guy like is wearing a mask, and it's too much.
Yeah. The book I'm reading right now is like very like love story, like
Cute.
cowboy. It's a good. I don't know what it's called. I don't
The Longest Ride.
know. I literally couldn't tell you.
That
a
was the
single
first
name
book
of a
I've
book
ever read.
Ever read.
The Longest Ride is like one of the first books I ever read. I read it on a plane to Georgia, and I was like, I'm gonna marry a cowboy and be
We are looking for
sus.
cowboy applications. Country boy, I love you.
You guys.
We should do like
Long live cowboys.
long live cowgirls.
Never gonna settle. I cannot wait for Stagecoach. It's gonna be the best. Single and ready to
Have
mingle
you
on
ever spotted
Stagecoach.
anything weird in someone else's home?
Yeah.
What? In my house?
No.
Like what?
What are they called?
I don't know.
What are they, like erection pills?
Oh, like a blue pill?
Yeah.
Oh.
Viagra?
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our second episode. We really hope that we were not one-hit wonders.
Yes. And you guys keep tuning in, because we're gonna give you tea on tea on tea.
Cheers.
Cheers.